Well, but there's an update right now. We're getting to hear that massive stone pelting has been reported from just near the encounter site. Locals have been protesting against the special operation that has been launched by the Rashtra Rifles, by the CRPF and the Jammu and Kashmir Police. So that is the latest update coming in. Shuja ul Haq, in fact, joining us for more on this. Shuja, massive stone pelting has been reported now after the news of Kamran, a Pakistani terrorist, being killed in the encounter. What's the latest that you're hearing?
Well, yes, stone pelting has been reported from the site of the encounter where these two have been killed. Now, this is not unusual. We've seen such incidents of stone pelting happening almost every time that there are encounters in the valley, particularly South Kashmir. And this trend has been already increasing in the last few years. And so far, we've been told that the clash is not that intense. Security forces have managed to control the situation. There, in fact, have been restrictions put in place to control the locals, and internet services have been shut down. So far, no reports of any injury or any casualty to any one in these.
But have the police confirmed that one of the two Jaish-e-Mohammed militants who have been neutralized is indeed Kamran? Because a short while ago you were mentioning how the exact identities are still being ascertained. Has that confirmation come in from the security forces?
Well, officials have not really given out anything, in terms of official handouts or statements, but our sources do confirm that one of them is Kamran. So that pretty much in itself speaks of the entire operation and its success. Now, like I was mentioning earlier, the security forces are focused on ensuring that the de-induction is carried out, peacefully. There is no collateral damage, no incident of violence. And that's where the focus lies at this point of time.
All right. We also have with us Abhishek Bhalla. Abhishek, the surgical strikes that were conducted by India in response to the Uri attack had demonstrated a very significant and important paradigm shift in India's response to these kind of terrorist-related activities. Going further from now on, how does India plan to strike back? We're getting to hear about this massive encounter that is going on. We're also seeing the visuals of how the locals are raising protests. They're shouting slogans. They have even indulged in stone pelting. Is that one of the huge challenges that the security forces will be facing, especially in South Pulwama?
This is the biggest challenge, Abantika, because this local support for terrorists is immense, and security forces have a really tough time during operations because they don't have to just deal with engaging with the terrorists, but they also have to make sure that there's no collateral damage as far as these locals are concerned. Having said that, there is very ample evidence that there is support for terrorists. Local recruitment has gone up like anything. Last year in Kashmir, the local recruitment went up to 192. So there is clearly a lot of support, and this is what makes operations even more difficult for the army, for CRPF, for the state police.
Yes.
And even going to these areas, even carrying out a search operation, forget about an encounter, even carrying out a search operation or a raid, trying to look for evidence, trying to look for the terrorists can be extremely, extremely difficult.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, let's just play, let's just put the audio up. Let's just hear how the security forces are appealing and urging to the locals to refrain from stone pelting, because stone pelting we have seen in the past hampering anti-militancy operations and posing huge challenge and obstacles. Take a look at the sequence.
गुजारिश करता हूं कि आपकी जान जो है हमारे लिए निहायत ही कीमती है। आप नौजवान हैं, आपकी जिंदगी है आगे, आप मेहरबानी करके वापस चले जाइए। आपसे गुजारिश कर रहा हूं कि अभी एनकाउंटर चल रहा है, वहां खतरा लाहक है। आप मेहरबानी करके वापस चले जाइए और एनकाउंटर साइट पे आने से गुरेज करिए।
This is not the first time that we have seen the security forces appealing to the crowds, appealing to the locals from, indulging in stone pelting and posing obstacles for the security forces in an operation. Now, earlier the army chief had said that Stone-Pelters in Jammu and Kashmir will be dealt with sternly, but that hasn't really resulted in anything positive. Is that because of the huge amount of indoctrination and radicalization that has been going on in South Kashmir?
Yes, Avantika, the radicalization in South Kashmir is at its peak as of now. There are ample reports to suggest this, and there is support to the terror outfits. That's why you see these young boys, some of them even in their teens, coming out, shouting slogans, pelting stones at the security forces, as is happening right now as we speak. The encounter is still not over. These are the instructions being given by the security personnel on the ground, appealing to them to retreat, because this is extremely, extremely dangerous. There could be a crossfire, and if
tell me something, Abhishek, because you have spent so much time in the area, and you've been just studying this entire scenario in Jammu and Kashmir. Stone-pelting that hampers anti-militancy operations in Kashmir, which has only increased over the last so many years, especially under the present regime. Is it an expression of anger, angst, or is there a larger message, or is it a strategy?
Both, Avantika. There is anger, and this is part of strategy. Don't forget Adil Dar, who was a C-category militant, which means he was at the lowest rung of terror hierarchy, was a stone-pelter. And that's the reason why he missed the scrutiny, the constant gaze that he should have been under by the intelligence agencies, by the security forces. So the problem is we never know when a low-rung terrorist who's indulged in stone-pelting or giving information about security forces to the terrorists, when that person becomes a fedayeen. That's the biggest problem. And Adil Dar's case has actually highlighted this. Nobody in the security forces or intelligence agencies had any idea that Adil Dar could become a fedayeen and carry out an attack which hasn't happened in Kashmir for years, using a vehicle to kill troops, a vehicle full of explosives. This is rarest of the rare, as one officer told me, and he said that our worst fears have come true. That's because of these local support to the terrorists.
And Shuja, that is frightening. That's what first needs to be dealt with. And successive state governments, the political dispensation, have failed to address the most serious issue. And proxies of Pakistan, they take advantage of the same, isn't it? They apply passive strategies to blunt the counter-terrorist operations going on in the valley. Shuja? Abhishek, would you like to respond to that?
Avantika, if you can just...
No, I was just saying that about the stone-pelters, various governments in the state have failed to address the real cause and to take action against the stone-pelters that hampers anti-terror operations. And this perhaps is the weak links there, the weak areas that proxies in Pakistan take advantage of. Do you think that that's how they use this opportunity to infiltrate terrorists and apply passive strategies to blunt, the counter-terrorist operations going on in the valley?
Yes, Avantika, that's a very valid point. And in fact, we have to see the trend, how there has been a shift in tactics by the terror organizations. Jaish-e-Mohammed is concentrating now on not just recruiting local Kashmiri youth, but also preparing them to carry out fedayeen attacks.
Right.
Earlier it was the Jaish-e-Mohammed.
All right, I'll just come to you, Abhishek. I'll just come to you. So this is about an operation that is going on.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.